Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Weather Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It has been a beautifully gorgeous weekend here across West Michigan, and more nice weather will take us into the work week, and I hope you guys get out to enjoy it before some rain chances come in as we head toward Tuesday and early Wednesday. I think we'll see more views like this one as we head toward tomorrow. Look at this sunset out there. This picture from Grand Haven taken by George. Beautiful sunset there through the clouds. Absolutely love to see those photos, and we love to share them here at 13 on your side. You can send them to me on social media, meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on Twitter and on Instagram. When it came to the temperatures today, hit a high of 48 in Grand Rapids, 45 Muskegon, even made it to the 50s down in Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. 53 were your temperatures this afternoon. Average this time of the year is 33, so well above that temperature. Inside 3 degrees though, told you 45, hit 48, only 2 misses in the last month of forecasting. Tomorrow, look for temperatures to be a little cooler, but not too different. That's why 13 Weather Ball is lit up in green, as no real changes foreseen. View of the 13 Weather Ball sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. We're looking at temperatures as of about 9:47 that we're still in the 40s on the lakeshore. We are in the 30s across most of the inland portions of West Michigan. These temperatures are going to be held fairly mild overnight with west to southwesterly winds that keep temperatures on the mild side. Winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour for most, a little breezier on the lakeshore. We also see a little bit of cloud cover come in for the overnight hours. We'll turn partly cloudy to mostly cloudy overnight, with partly cloudy skies taking us into early Monday. The sunshine, though, takes back over by the end of the day, and temperatures will be back into the low to mid 40s. In fact, tonight only going to drop as cold as 32 degrees, partly cloudy. We'll see those clouds again dissipate throughout the day tomorrow, back into the 40s, and then 50s come in as we head toward Valentine's Day on Tuesday, but that comes with rain chances by the second half of the day. That'll continue Tuesday evening and into early Wednesday. As of Sunday, just those clouds pushing into West Michigan. Again, those will help keep temperatures a little bit more mild overnight as well. Behind the clouds, though, pretty clear conditions out across the plains and no rainfall with this little burst of cloud cover that comes our way as we head through tonight. Hour by hour forecast shows the clouds pushing into West Michigan. They continue overnight and into early Monday. You'll wake up to it sometimes fairly cloudy conditions to kick off the day, but watch the afternoon. That's when the clearing pushes back in and sunshine takes over. We're quiet Monday night into early Tuesday. Tuesday actually going to start off with the sunshine out there. Mostly sunny skies start the day on Tuesday, but as we work our way past noon and into the afternoon, that's when cloud cover returns, and then by Tuesday late afternoon, early evening, showers take over here in West Michigan. Those continue Tuesday night and into the day Wednesday before they push out as we head into Wednesday afternoon, with the clouds sticking around but drier conditions taking over. That's just round one of rain, though. As we work our way past Wednesday and into the day on Thursday, our next system shows up, and that one could be a little bit messier. We're tracking this low pressure system now starting to slide a little bit further to the south than what we were thinking on Friday and on Saturday, and that means we're going to get a little bit more into the wintry side of this system. Rain, wintry mix, and snow all possible as we head through the day on Thursday, eventually turning to just snow early on Friday. Not really expecting any snow accumulation across the region from this system, but certainly could see some slippery, icy roads as we head throughout Thursday evening. Things will quiet down again as we head toward Friday evening and into next weekend. Here's a look at temperatures for your Monday. 30s on the lake shore as winds come off the water, keeping things just a little cooler than the inland. We'll be hanging around the low 40s in our northern zones with temperatures that'll be right around 42 Grand Rapids, 44 in Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. Temperatures go even warmer than the weekend as we head toward Valentine's Day, and Wednesday will be in the low 50s both days. Falling temperatures as we head toward the back half of the week, down as low as 25 for the high as we head into Friday. Those temperatures don't stay cold for long, though. As we work our way toward President's Day, we'll rise back into the 40s. Now let's check in on some news from around the community. In the past week, John Ball Zoo is working to help baby turtles facing population declines here in Michigan. They're doing this through a process called head starting, which is when young animals are raised with human intervention in a protected environment and then released back into the wild later on. The hope is that when they're released, they will be bigger and stronger and better able to protect themselves from predators.
As they develop throughout the time we have them, they get really big, they get fed every single day, and we're finding that this is actually helping them survive that initial year of their life because they're getting a lot bigger.
The John Ball Zoo has successfully been head-starting turtles since 2007. Also in West Michigan, community leaders are saying there needs to be more diverse voices in the restoration and planning process of the Grand River. 13 on your side's Andrea Flores explains how they're looking to redevelop the area with everyone in mind.
This document is a community-led, credible, and implementable strategy for achieving greater regional equity in conjunction with pending investments into the Grand River Corridor.
Wednesday night, a new nonprofit organization called the Grand River Network laid out their vision for a more inclusive and accessible Grand River Corridor, the River Equity Framework document.
Right now, that framework is in its final draft. We're kind of shopping it around. We're getting the final edits and just metrics down.
The framework outlines 6 goals for the area: equitable economic development, accessibility to the river, an inviting and inclusive river, a healthy community and waterway, supported and engaged youth, and accountability for decision makers in charge. The first goal on economic development outlines several ways to include Black, Indigenous, and people of color, low-income, and underemployed communities.
We know that our communities of color are being left behind when it comes to development projects, engagement, contracts, the outdoor industry as a whole. So we have an opportunity here to lead with equity. We can mirror the city's strategic plan of inclusion, accountability, innovation, and making sure that this project is a catalyst to really follow what we're saying we want to see as a first-class international city.
One of the earlier projects to kick off development in the Grand River Corridor is the Lyons Street Square project, with newly approved permits from the state. Construction can begin as soon as they get the final go-ahead from FEMA.
Historically, water's always been a gathering place for community, and that's really what this is going to represent for us here in Grand Rapids, West Michigan. It's going to be a gathering spot for us.
Soon, the Grand River Network will look for adoption of this document by the city and other stakeholders.
We got a beautiful edifice, and hopefully, you got great people trying to develop down here.
Andrea Flores, 13 on your side.
If you'd like to have your voice heard, the next planning sessions for the Grand River Restoration Project are on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of this month. And speaking of water concerns out west, the mega drought has been putting a real squeeze on water supplies, but there is some hope coming out of this winter, which is actually seen above average snowfall. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen from our sister station 9 News in Denver tells us that while this is a start, there's a long way to go before water levels are back to normal.
The Upper Colorado River Commission says that water levels at Lake Powell have been on a 22-year decline, and the reservoir hit a record low elevation last year. They say it would take 16.4 million acre-feet of water to fill Lake Powell back up to where it was in 2000. So what would it take for that to actually happen? Well, let's look at mountain snowpack, which is where most of the water that feeds into Lake Powell comes from. And it's been a very snowy winter in the west this season, with the snowpack 40% above average. An estimate by the Institute of Arctic and Alpine Research at the University of Colorado shows that there's already 29.6 million acre-feet of water sealed inside the snowpack in the Upper Colorado River Basin. So if you could magically put that water directly into the reservoir, you could fill Lake Powell to the brim right now. But in reality, a lot of that snowmelt has to travel more than 300 miles to get to Lake Powell. And on that journey, some of the water gets absorbed into the drought-stricken soils, and some of the water gets intercepted by upstream users. Another big factor to consider is evaporation, and the evaporation rates are increasing as the atmosphere warms and increases its capacity to hold water vapor. Those factors subtract more water than you might think, The Upper Colorado River Commission says that if the snow stays steady through the rest of the season and finishes up about 40% above average, they would expect Lake Powell to rise by about 1.5 million acre-feet. That's only a 6% increase, so it would take 10 consecutive snow seasons with 40% above average snowpack to fill Lake Powell back up to where it was 22 years ago. But wait, we're not done subtracting yet. Some water needs to be released from Lake Powell every year to supply water users downstream. The UCRC says that adds another 5 years to the equation. So that's how you get the estimate that it would take 15 years of above average snowpack to refill Lake Powell. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, 9 News.
Of course, with drought comes the risk for wildfire, and meteorologist Rob Carlmark from our sister station ABC 10 in Sacramento is reporting on how one town that was previously devastated by fire is working to make sure that it doesn't happen again in the future.
In the aftermath of a wildfire, a familiar patchwork remains. Some homes burned to the ground while others are left standing. Now, researchers are working to understand why that happens, and a community ravaged by fire wants to make sure that every home is built to a new standard. When a wildfire enters a community of homes and buildings, it takes only seconds for the flames and embers to go from the outside of the home to the inside. And once the fire takes hold, there is no letting go. Gary Ledbetter learned this the hard way in Paradise, moving into his new home for only 10 days before the Camp Fire took it away in 2018.
We lost everything. The house, all the outbuildings, all the contents. So I had to go through a process, learning process, and discover building science. Building science for efficiency, fire science for fire hardening, and figure out how to combine the two.
Since then, he's rebuilt to a new standard called a wildfire-prepared home. He wants to minimize what starts 90% of home fires in a wildfire: embers. The Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety has set a lot of structures on fire in a controlled environment to see what works and what doesn't. A fire-rated roof, more restricted vents, clearing vegetation, and reducing wood fences next to homes are just some ways they say work to help your home survive. The next step is to make all homes more fire-resistant.
One of the biggest challenges we face is we put a lot of homes close together these days, and we can have fuels that connect them, whether that's fences, play sets, even vegetation, things like that. So it's important we understand how to break that chain of fuel so fire doesn't get to your home.
The community of Paradise is now the first in the nation to adopt these new plans and codes for every building in their future, so history does not repeat itself. As the community of Paradise rebuilds, they're offering grants for the first 100 homes just to get the ball rolling with the new wildfire prepared home standards.
And thanks again to ABC 10 for that report. Of course, now that you're up to date on the latest weather news here in West Michigan and around the country, you can always find more headlines at 13onyourside.com or by downloading 13 on Your Side news and weather apps. For now, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.